the main objective of, other than just have a chat as an excuse instead of work, but the main objective here is that perhaps this kind of stimulus might be useful for students who are studying kind of sports science type qualifications, and it might give them a more real life applied kind of consideration to use for their studies and understand things. So on that basis, let's see if we can get started. So I've got a question for you. Having said all that we're not going to talk about who's going to win and who's going to lose, but my first question to you, Mike, is who do you think will win and why?
I think on paper you've got to give it to Mayweather, but I think McGregor could do it. You can't argue 49-0. 49 wins and 49 fights.
Yeah,
you can't argue that.
It's hard to go logically against him.
Yeah, it is. And he's, I don't know, widely regarded as the best boxer ever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough. There's tough competition for that spot.
Yeah.
So that's a tough, they're big boots to fill if you're gonna have that title as the world's best boxer. And then you've got Conor McGregor, who's never boxed a professional fight in his life, and people are saying that it's going to be an even fight. It's like a crazy situation. How can it be even? But I think it will be. I think it's going to be a really interesting one. There's loads that Conor brings to the table, which Floyd Mayweather is never going to have come up against before. I think on paper you've got to give it to Floyd Mayweather. As an underdog supporter, I'd like Conor McGregor to win. So yeah, it's just a very interesting fight.
But if you had to, I don't know, you had to put your home, you had to put your life on it, you'd go Mayweather, would you?
Yeah, I think so. I'd like to be brave and put it on Conor, but no, I think Floyd's going to get it.
Yeah, well, I have a similar perspective. I mean, I have two stances on this. When I think through it logically, and I try and just balance up the different strengths and weaknesses and the different experiences and previous performance accomplishments as well. When I think about all of those things, I have no choice but to think that Mayweather's going to win in this arena of boxing. In the sport of MMA, I think it would be even further the other way. I think it would be extremely... I think Conor's got a shot in this contest. I think if it was MMA, Floyd would be in big trouble.
He wouldn't stand a chance.
He would be seconds and it would be over.
Yeah, I think first round, second round.
Yeah, and so for me, but I also have this feeling, I can't really quantify it, I have this feeling that we're about to see something kind of iconic.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that will be McGregor KOing Mayweather. I don't know whether it's going to be sort of a humiliation of Mayweather against McGregor, but I just feel we're going to see something kind of iconic. It could be a massive damn squib,
it could be.
And it might be a boring 12-round nothingness.
It literally could go either way, more than any other fight possible, because nobody knows what Conor McGregor is going to bring. We know it's going to be different. We know Mayweather's never going to have seen anything like it. It's going to be unique, so it could work out. It might not. It's going to be really interesting.
And I've got to sort of declare an interest because I'm personally as well I'm a big fan of McGregor.
Yeah.
Partly because of his MMA career, but I became aware of him because I was doing some reading around a guy called Ido Portal, who has written numerous books and guides around movement. And I heard him talking on the London Real show on YouTube about McGregor, about his movement pattern. So I started looking at McGregor for that. And one of the things I would say about McGregor is one of the athletes that I've seen during my sort of adult years that I think he's one of the most prolific and he's one of the most impressive movers that I've ever seen. So on a physiological, athletic level, I've never really seen anyone move in the way that he moves. So I'm a big fan of his for that reason. I know there's a lot of people that struggle with his kind of banter side and sort of his trash talking, and it's very brash, it's very obnoxious. But I understand not everybody likes that, and a lot of people also object to the MMA concept as well. I've got mixed feelings about that. I kind of respect the technicality of it, but I am a big fan of McGregor. I have to say, I've studied him a lot in the last 18 months. So I'm a bit swayed. I'm a bit swayed in that direction. Probably my heart takes me in that direction a little bit. But I agree with you. Logically, I think probably Mayweather, but who knows? So anyway,
if Mayweather was 3-4 years younger, you give it to him every day.
Yeah,
but we've got this weird middle ground where there's a weakness in Mayweather's armor and there's a weakness in McGregor's armor, and you've got this kind of weird hybrid mix of things, which hopefully is going to produce something really spectacular.
Going to kind of explode on the 26th, and we'll see what happens. I'm very interested to see what kind of poses and stances McGregor takes on.
It'll be different to boxing.
Be very different. I think he's going to take a whole range of stances, isn't he? To approach the contact area.
Yeah,
I think he's going to present a lot of different information to maybe the question is that he can present that information. Does it have any impact? I mean, if it doesn't have any impact, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, my prediction is slow first couple of rounds.
Yep.
Scope each other out. They're both defensive, so I don't know who's going to make the first move, who's going to attack hard first. I don't know. Slow first couple of rounds, and then from there it could go either way. The other thing that could happen is you get one magical punch from either one.
That's true.
And it ends it all.
Well, okay, if we're making specific predictions, I'm going to make one. I'm going to make a prediction of Mayweather down in the first, knocked out in the sixth.
Down in the first, knocked out in the sixth. Wow.
That's a big prediction.
Big prediction.
No, I've got nothing to back that up with.
I reckon first four are uneventful.
You think?
Yeah.
Interesting. So you've been in the combat scenario. I never have. I literally just an onlooker. It's kind of interesting.
I'm defensive when I fight, but I'm orthodox. So I'm more like Mayweather, if I could possibly say that. Yeah. So orthodox and defensive.
Apart from your body,
and my speed, reaction time.
Apart from everything about you, just like it. Yeah.
I literally stand with the same foot forward.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, look, let's make a start. So I want to introduce something to you. In fact, before we go into the theory side of this, are you sticking with your prediction? What was your prediction last week? I've forgotten what it was now.
Mayweather to win.
Points.
Don't know. Yeah. I don't know, points or knockout. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mayweather will win.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching more Mayweather videos since the last broadcast, and I think I'm even more convinced now.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you tending to watch the content coming out from his camp, or is it sort of more balanced?
It's more kind of older videos on YouTube. Just
I see.
About him, not necessarily related to this fight.
Yeah, he's good.
He's real good.
He's really good.
Yeah.
And he's a skillful chap, and we're going to talk a bit about that and how that's happened.
It's how his age is going to affect him. I think it's going to be a big factor for him.
That's an unknown, at least for us looking on. Might not be for him, but it is a bit of an unknown. Just to remind people, my prediction is a bold one. Mike's gone for a Mayweather to win, maybe knockout, maybe points. That gives him quite a large margin of error. I've gone the opposite way, and I've said not only is McGregor going to win by knockout in the 6th round, but I've also said McGregor's going to knock down Mayweather in the first round. That's quite a specific prediction. If that comes up, I reckon I will get some credit for that.
I think first 4 rounds are going to be slow.